We're here to talk through this Pentominous by Salih. It's called I Go Undercover, where there are two I Pentominos already given, which are under all these clues. So that's an easy enough start. Now we can just put borders between different letters because they'll be different regions. And now we can extend them out. So now this T has to extend further, and also it can only extend up to 3 cells. It has only a line of 3 on two sides, and now this would have to complete the 3. So that's done. Now this Z can only come like this, and that finishes that. Now the T again takes at least 3 steps. Now we don't know if it's either going to come this way, like a sleeping T, or standing T. Now this N has to resolve this way. Now this L, if it goes downwards, then you will basically force another L here. So that means the L has to go upwards. Now this comes out this way. The W now has to resolve in this direction. And this L, if this was the two cell leg of the L, then this would need to be forced as it would go out of the grid. So you need these, and this much has borders because the L can only turn at the top. So that means this comes up to join the T, and we finish the L as well. Now, if this portion here at the bottom left avoids the N, then what ends up happening is the N has no place to go. So it is the N, and that resolves this way. Now this can't be an L because it touches an L, so it's an I. Now we basically have two divisions. We have a top left and a bottom right. So let's look at the top left. If the T takes the cell above it, it will also have to take the cell below it because it's a run of 3 cells either way in 2 directions. So that means we have this area which is isolated, and you can never resolve it with the T. So that means this is a border. And now again, you can't take the T downwards because it will go 3 cells, and now this cell is isolated. So that means the T, this run of 3 cells has to be horizontal from it. And that cannot be these 3, because if it's these 3, then the only way you resolve the T is this way, and it touches the other T. So that means it takes this cell, that means it takes this cell as well. Now you could resolve this a bunch of ways, but we know that this cell over here extends into this one and extends forward. That causes this border. Now this obviously can't be the other run of 3 because it will be a V then. This closes, and this is the run of 3. So the T is finished. This is a P now, and this comes out. Now this portion over here cannot meet this portion because it will become a region that's too big. So it has to at least continue on here. It has 1 degree downwards. This is a border, and now this portion can take only 1 cell to the left, so it will come 1 cell to the right at least. It will extend more here. Now if this is an I, then we basically force this to be a Y, and that will touch this Y. So this can't be an I, this is a Y, but then it can't touch this one. So we have this coming in here to form an F, and this is a Y at the top right. Now let's look at the bottom right. This N has 2 ways to resolve itself. It could either go upwards or it could go downwards like this. If it obviously can't go 3 cells and then upward because that would isolate this cell. So now let's just see if it goes upward. What ends up happening is, so let's actually put this comes out this way. What ends up happening if it comes this way is, this area cannot hit this because it will become an L. So it will come downwards and hit the F, but it's a V shape. So basically what that means is the N has to go downward. So this is the way the N resolves. Now this shape again cannot have a border here. It does the same thing. So even though it's a a bit of an involved visualization. It's the same thing as we saw before. We reach the same case. It will form a V and hit the F. So again, this cell is taken, but this cell would have to be taken. If there's a border here, then this forms an N. So that can't happen. So this cell also has to be taken. Now this one cannot be because it will hit the F and form an F. So that means this is a border. Now this is either a Y or a P. If it's so actually I think the F is more of a place to look right now. So this shape over here can't hit this cell. No other shape can hit this cell. So this goes to the F. Also this cell as well cannot be reached by this shape because two eyes will touch. So that means this is also hit by the F. So since the F can't be a P, this resolves the F. Now this is a P and this is a Y. So we hope this talk through was helpful for you. And thanks, Salih, for the puzzle, and thank you all for watching.